Settle down, my good friends. It's time for a Christmas story. 150 years ago, the city of London was a far different place than it is today, with sights, sounds, and particularly smells of the rich and poor all thrown together. This is where our hero, Jack, resides, in a run-down cottage connected to a rich man's dwelling where his parents work. Young Jack Twigsby lives with his mother, Hope, Father Hugh, and Uncle Micaiah, known as Cage. Hope is a pretty little thing and works as a parlor maid in the big house, and always with a smile, as that's the sort of person she is. Jack's father, Hugh, is more serious. He works as a groom, taking care of the rich man's horses. And then there's Uncle Cage, the older brother of Hope. Cage joined the King's Crimean army as a lad. Sad, so sad. His feet and legs were badly damaged by a cannonball in the war. So now he is a beggar, but a clever and inventive one who fashioned a sort of crutch to help him navigate the streets of the city. Another thing to know about Jack, and we might as well say this right here in the beginning, Jack is blind. The boy has been blind since birth, and as he feels his way through life, he does so with a smile and the calmness he has found within his little home. Now that you are acquainted with the family, we will proceed to our story. Jack and his father are at home, talking by the fire.
Father, I have a wish, though it frightens me a bit to speak of it.
Well, Jack, you must never be afraid to speak your mind to me, especially if it be a wish. You see, son, wishes are first of all free, and even if they never come true, they at least lighten our hearts to think on them. What is it you wish for?
Well, Father, of course I wish for the usual things. A nice plate of warm food, that you and Mother remain healthy, and that Uncle Cage may make it home without coming to harm. But there's something else I have no right to ask, but that I wish for anyway. You see, Father, I wish I had a dog. I know there are dogs on the street, wild dogs. Maybe you could tame one for me.
A street dog is a wily creature, and not really a friend of man, or boy for that matter. I'm sorry, Jack, but I wouldn't know how to go about gentling one of those curs. I can do for horses, but wild dogs. And how would we even feed a dog if we were to capture one? No, there's little enough food for the four of us, much less an animal that would have to be fed as well. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, Father. I'm sorry I spoke of it.
I told you earlier, you must not be sorry for such thoughts. Wishes they are, and it won't hurt to have them, as long as you don't expect them to always come true.
Say, Father, do you suppose I might ask old Santa Claus for a dog? Perhaps he could find one for me. A small, gentle one that ate very little.
You can always have your wishes. Now, I've got to go to work. Sir Charles's guests will be arriving soon, and they must be seen to. You'll be all right until I get home.
Yes, Father, I'll be fine.
Oh, and something else, Jack. When the fire dies, do not rekindle it. Sir Charles is having all the chimneys swept, so new fires can be built to warm the great house. I'm not sure if our chimney is one to be cleaned, but it might be so. Just pull your stool over to the warmth, and I'll be home as soon as we can.
All right. I will ask for my dog. If you should bring me one, I shall call him King, and he'll surely be king of all his kind. Dear Mr. Claus, I know I'm nothing more than a poor little boy, a blind boy to be quite exact, but I wish for a dog. And God, if he should be listening, perhaps he can help as well. I feel the fire's warmth against my skin. I pull the blanket close and settle in. I listen to the night, the sound becomes my sight. I take them in. Darkness isn't dark to me, it's all I've ever known. It's something of my own, it's what I see. I know my mother's warmth and loving care. My father's pipe smoke lingers in the air, and though
townspeople are walking around the town and Christmas carols are heard. Old Brush the chimney sweep is holding a chicken in one hand and is balancing a flask of mead in the other. He's had a few gulps of the heady drink already.
Hey! And happy Christmas! You're working hard on a Christmas Eve. Oh, mind when you get up on that ladder. Ah, where's your broom anyway?
I don't need no stinking broom. Here's my trick. Want a spotless flu? Here's the thing you have to do. One hefty cockerel is certain to knock a real dent in the dirt in the flu. Not just any old blighter, but one that's a fighter, a kind of a cock that'll do. Dig out for the beak, grab him up by the feet, get a good sturdy cord wrapped around. With his wings flying fleetly, upend him completely, out the chimney and lower him down. The bird does its trick, so the dust flying thick, and somehow he weathers the filth on his feathers, and creosote pieces the chimney releases. You just have to wait as it falls on the grate, then you pull up the bird, though his coughing's absurd, and his strutting's perverted from being inverted. Though he's walk like a fiend and he needs to be clean, I resist any feeling of sorrow. Though he's put up a fight, he's only good for one night, and I'll find a replacement tomorrow. I've got a real plucky one tonight. A 15 chimney chicken. A Liverpool black and red. Stout across the chest. With a clear eye and a scarlet comb. This bird has heart, I tell you.
I'd rather have a chicken in a pot waiting for me when I get home tonight.
And that's the very thing that will happen once I finish up here. Mrs. Brush is already warming up the stove.
He takes another drink from his flask. He climbs up onto the roof and begins to lower the chicken down the chimney. The poor old bird, beaten and blackened near unto death, offers a low. Jack hears the sound of someone on the roof and sits up. He feels that the fire has gone out and the room is getting cold.
What's that? That fluttering? That thrashing? Is it Santa fighting his way down the chimney? Yes, what else could it be?
Bleeding chicken. When we finish this pipe, we can go home. If you're still alive, if you don't behave, it's a stew pot for the likes of you.
Brush pulls at the chicken, which seems to be caught in the chimney. He gives a mighty heave and the cord comes untied. Old Brush stumbles back and tumbles off the high-pitched roof. And lands dead as a doornail. And the chicken lands on the hearth in front of Jack.
Hey! What's this? Oh, Santa, listen to me! He's put me a dog! You're a very small dog, aren't you? Maybe that means you won't eat much. I'll share my portions. There'll be enough for both of us. If not, we'll make do somehow. something of my own. It's what I see. It's what I see. It's what I see. Oh, Cayton, you and I will have ever so much fun. It's such a wonderful world. You are my king, my little dog, and I'm your Jack. And we'll be together forever. Oh, the adventures we'll have.
What?
I know not what has happened here this evening, but there is a look of joy on our young man's face.
Mother! Father! A wondrous thing has happened! Santa has come and left me this fine dog! You see, Father, my wish has been answered. I have my dog now. I've named him King. He sent him down the chimney, and he's been ever so quiet and kind to me. Listen to this silly old pup. Why, that's me Mom and Dad King. They're my family, and now they're yours as well.
Jack?
Yes, he's a perfectly lovely little dog.
Does that mean I can keep him?
Hugh, I have never seen Jack so happy. We must agree.
Yes, Jack. You may keep your king. You may have your dog that Santa's brought to you.
Jack's Uncle Cage stumbles into the scene.
What the bleeding hell is going on?
Cage, a word please, outside.
The boy's got a chicken. It's supper, right? Oh, I love a good roast fowl. Would there be sauce? I love a chicken with sauce.
No, that's not a chicken. Well, Jack thinks it's a dog that Santa brought for him. Of course it's a chicken, but we all need to pretend it's a dog. It would break the lad's heart if we were to tell him the truth. He can't see, of course. You know that, Cage. You must go along with this subterfuge.
Plus, use the king's English, Governor. I'm a simple man, not a lord.
I mean, we must pretend that King is a dog.
King?
The king, the dog, the chicken.
And they call me a drunkard. All right, let me see if old Cage has got this straight. Jack's got a chicken, what he thinks Santa bleeding Claus brought him for Christmas, only it ain't a chicken, it's a dog. Oh. Or at least that's what Jack thinks, that the chicken is a dog.
That's right.
You know, Hugh, a blind lad with a chicken for a dog would be just the thing to drop pennies out of purses on a Christmas day.
Look, we've been over this before. Jack isn't an object to help your begging. You know what the streets are like in London, so don't even think about it.
Look, Hugh, you and the missus, you'll be busy all day tomorrow. I can take the boy with me, and he can bring the chicken with him. Give them a bit of exercise, yeah? Elsewise, that way, old Cage will remember it's a dog we're talking about, and not a tender fowl that would be better off in a stew pot.
You wouldn't.
Oh, not on purpose, surely not on purpose, no. Thing like that would break the lad's heart. There, you're right there.
Uncle Cage, what sort of dog do you suppose he is? What breed?
Well, if I might hazard a guess, I would say Cocker Spaniel. Or else maybe there's a bit of Irish setter in him.
And his tail is quite long, though he doesn't wag it as I've been told dogs are wont to do.
Oh, he's a serious dog. He is. Your mother and I have agreed to let you go out with Cage tomorrow as he does his rounds.
Sorry, boy. It's just that I've always wanted to venture into town so I could see for myself its many wonders. Well, not see them, but experience them. And King go as well?
Oh, yes. We wouldn't leave old King at home and miss out on all the fun. Who knows what sort of experiences a dog like him might encounter. Don't worry, lad. Cage will take care of his Jack and his King as well. No harm will come to you, Jack, nor King, as long as you're under Cage's protection. No harm at all.
Oh, thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. And thank you, Uncle Cage. Oh, is there any other boy in England who has had such a night as this?
Cage and Jack are walking along the street with other townspeople. Jack is holding King on a string, and they're getting ready for a day of begging. Smoke hangs in the frosty air, and the smells from the chestnut roaster mingle with the odors of horses and chimney soot. Oh, it's a happy Christmas morning.
I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And all the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day in the morning.
Stick by old Cage and you'll be fine, Jack.
I'd like to train King proper. I know a dog must be able to fetch and obey.
And be a eel.
What's at heel, Uncle?
Well, it's what you teach a dog. You give him a pull on a leash and command eel. And that animal learns to walk easy at your side.
Eel! Eel, King! Is he at heel, Uncle?
Yeah.
They
All right
come to a
then.
place along the sidewalk. Cage stops and backs Jack against a nearby building.
All right then, hold up here a minute, my young man. I'll be just a moment. We're at the London Ladies and Gentlemen's Mission Hall. Free breakfast it is. I'll just duck in, grab us a little bite of grub. You stay here.
What's this?
Well, it gives you a name if something, would happen to me. And here's a tin, what I'll put your breakfast in. Yeah, just hold it out here. Milk and bread we'll be having, and hold your cup out, right? Yeah, and I'll be back in a flick of a mouse tail. Now mind you, whatever you do, stay right where you are.
Poor lad.
I'm sorry, sir and ma'am. You lost your penny. Oh, well, maybe they'll come back after a while. Good luck, lad.
Ah, there's a good lad. The boy's a natural. People need chances to show their humanity, to prove to themselves they don't wallow in vanity. Guilt can weigh a person down, is the answer that I found. If you're feeling greedy, give a penny to the needy. If you're in need of moral absolution, we're standing by to take your contribution. We help to let the milk of human kindness pour. Help an old man injured in a war. I gotta have to pour it in. He's got a cup that's made of tin, so drop in a penny or a pound and listen to that captivating sound. The plunk of generosity, 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 generosity. How can you set your conscience free without generosity? Just see if this feeling inside tends to strike a nerve. The guilt of possessing a bit more than you deserve. Here's some wisdom to apply. You can't take it when you die. If you're feeling greedy, give a penny to the needy. If you're in need of moral absolution, we're standing by to take your contribution. We help to let the milk of human kindness pour.
What else is all that money for?
I got an act to pour it in.
I've got a cup that's made of tin.
So drop in a penny or a pound and listen to that captivating sound. The plunk of generosity, 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 generosity. How can you set your conscience free without generosity? How can you set your conscience free without generosity?
A man stands in front of some empty chicken cages. Archibald Ogg, as the proprietor of Ogg's Inn. Mr. Ogg keeps fighting birds for sport and a bit of coin. He also employs, if that's the right word, several young street urchins to watch over these creatures. Now, Mr. Ogg was of fiery temperament, and at the best of times, and this was not one of the best of times, as he stared into the empty cage where his most prized fighter once resided.
Whipple! Whipple! Get your mangy arse over here.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Whipple's here, sir. And how may I help? What use you may be?
Where are those boys? But more importantly, where's my damn chicken?
Don't know all about chicken, sir. This way, not this particular chicken you may be referring to, which I am to assume once resided in the cage but now stands empty.
Yes, you idiot.
You'll have to look to the boys for that, sir, as Whipple has nothing of it. Chickens are not in Whipple's purview, sir. That old brush, he was around here a few days ago. Took a good look at Doom, he did. But I told him to hightail it. Nothing from here, hightail it. Get it?
That Lancashire bird is an up-and-comer. I've big plans for him. His name is Black Doom, and I figure to win the top prize in the match schedule for today. He's a killer. I've seen that in his yellow eye, and he'll kill or die himself. In either case, blood will flow and money will be made. I'll not stand for this. Find me my Doom. He was black with a red comb, and find that Glazer and bring him to me. I'll have words with that lad on this matter. Old Brush will know that bird is made off with on his watch, and I'll have his hide for it.
Find Glazer, find the chicken, find the chicken, find Glazer.
Ugh, that Ark. No telling what he'd do to us if he finds us. We're not going back. We'll shift for ourselves.
How will we eat without Mr. Ark?
How well have you been eating with Mr. Ark? We do the work on the street, take all the chances, bring in the loot and the money, and what do we get? Stale crusts, rotten eggs, boxed ears and kicks. Now I'm shut of that. We'll call ourselves Orcas no longer. We'll not answer to him. Ock be damned. You can stay with him if you want, but Mouse and me are starting our own gang.
You're right. I'm in. But we've got to keep Mr. Ark. He'll do us in if he finds us.
That's it then. We're gonna make our mark on this world. Let's go take our share of it. We takes the chances, he takes the loot. I say we wise up, give Ockers the boot. We need a name to capture our fame, make people exclaim they've mastered the game. Stars. The stars are the stars of the street, doing crimes that no other gangs can meet. An orange is gone from the corner stand, some clever thievery is at hand. The cops are looking to find the stars, to place them all behind prison bars. Then just like on a foggy night, the stars are there, but they're out of sight.
Nothing's worse than the coppers on your tail when you're out of funds for bribery or a bail. Suppose instead of breaking laws we put the pinching game on pause and take a different tack, keep the coppers off our backs. The stars are the stars of the town, with deeds of the widest renown. Assisting a lady across the street might get you a coin for a bite to eat, or put a shine on a rich man's shoe and get for yourself a pence or two. The ones you call the kings of crime found better ways to spend their time.
Come on, Mouse. Thievery's our livelihood.
It's Christmas time, why not do a little good?
Like a bird I can fit through a crowd, doing things that I know aren't allowed. But I could be a delivery boy and find myself in the Lord's employ. See the beggars leave with a jealous sigh, and the cops salute as a walking by. And just like on a winter's night, you raise your head and the stars look bright.
We're the stars!
Let's get out of here.
Jack and King and Cage are back at their street corner. Jack is still wearing his sign.
It's like this, Jack. We stake out our territory and stand ready to receive our due. First things first, ye must learn the very basics of our occupation if you're to master the trade. First is choosing the territory. Cage has made a study of the terrain, which means the ground where you're going to do business.
That would be begging, Uncle!
Oh, patience. Patience, how well, Jack. Not to put too fine a point on it, yes, what we are discussing here might technically be described as begging. I mean, here's the way it works. There's the top class of them that has all the advantages, then the class what takes care of those aforementioned individuals with advantages, servants we call them, tradesmen and the like, and lastly, those who have nothing. We, unfortunately, are of that last class and must earn our living by allowing those who have the aforementioned advantages to impart some of those advantages to those who haven't. Us, to be exact. It makes them feel good, you know? We call it charity. The giving of a few coppers. I mean, if we must be called beggars, why, the beggars and their stories feature in the good book. I mean, was not Lazarus a beggar? Did he not lay by the rich man's gate?
I guess so. How am I going to learn?
Well, then do as I say. We'll not dwell on the patter for now. We'll just save that for when you're more comfortable with the work. Maybe we'll knock up a little song for you, sing as well. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Today, you'll just stand near me, hold out your cup, and speak when you're spoken to. If you hear a coin drop in the cup, say thank you and be done with it. Now let's straighten out your sign. You look a treat, lad.
And King, does he look a treat as well?
Yeah. yeah, he's a fine-looking animal. Now bring him to heel.
A few townspeople walk by, dropping in some coins as they do.
Thank you ever so much.
So sad that this boy's never seen anything at all. Not any of God's glories.
Pardon me, mademoiselle, but you can't miss what you can't see. So save your sympathy for those who have lost their sight. I've never had mine, so why would I miss or weep over that which I've never known?
You've done well, lad. It's time we bought you some real grub. You've earned it and more. What say you to some meat pie? Or perhaps a little eel jelly?
Meat pie sounds lovely, and perhaps some hot chocolate too. And King, could you find a nice bone for him?
Perhaps a bone later. A cock-a-dog such as King has trouble with bones. His little fang is too small to hang on to him. See?
Uncle, might I go buy my own meat pie?
Jack, boy, you're as blind as a stone. How could you find a meat pie or even a church on your own?
I think I'm more capable than you might suspect. There at the end of the alley is where I shall go to purchase the pie, and halfway down the block on this side is the coffee cart where I should get my hot chocolate. Am I wrong, Uncle? I might not be able to see, but my hearing and sense of smell are quite keen. How am I to learn if no one lets me explore the world that I must one day master as my own?
Right, you could try, but if you've a second's trouble, you must sing out, and old Cage will come running. Well, not exactly running.
Oh, thank you, Uncle. I'll be quite all right. Come on, King.
No, you'll have enough to watch out for on your own. You'll need 2 hands to feel about if need be. I'll take care of King. There's some pennies, which you should be more than enough. Now give me the string.
Go with Cage, King. If he gives you any problems, Uncle, just call me Hugh. He's a good dog and a fast learner.
Blimey, boy, don't you think I can handle handle King by myself? Go along if you must. And remember, sing out if you need me. In all this rush, I won't be able to see you.
Nor are you.
Whew. I need a wee pint. Just a little. Keep me going and wet my whistle. I can't take this darn animal with me. All my friends that make fun.
He looks around and finds a blanket and throws it over the chicken. Then Cage walks over to the bar where his mate Billy Brown and the barmaid are standing and laughing as they watch him.
What's he doing with that chicken?
It's a scruffy old thing.
I need a pint, my lady. And it ain't no chicken, it's a dog.
Here you are.
Cage is slipping from a bottle he's been nipping. He once matched wits with the best of us. Now he's just as dull as the rest of us. With a rotten brain he's stricken. His companion is a chicken.
When he was fighting at our side, we saw a soldier full of pride. Now see the shot he's tight, he's in. His 2 best friends are a glass of gin and a mangy squawking chicken.
Where he once begged for valorous deeds, now a coin in his cup is all he needs, and a nearby pub to buy a quaff, and a quiet corner to sleep it off, while his former mates look on and scoff.
Cage is sinking from a beer mug he's been drinking. His speech all slurred and his bleeding bird.
His wobbly walk and his foolish talk lead to no conclusion but oh, the cage is off his nut. is that?
Chicken. If I'm right, you are. And if I'm not mistaken, that there is one of Mr. Hawk's prize birds. The one named as Doom, Black Doom. What's he doing here beneath a blanket?
Yeah, what are you lads doing, Mr. Hawk's chicken? Get out of here. Get. Here, my lovely. Let's go.
Cage is still at the bar, slumped over in a pool of spilled beer.
See there, Uncle? I've returned and no harm done. Uncle Cage! King!
What's he going on about?
He's thrashing about, looking for something.
He's blind. See the way he turns his head? But he's looking higher than he would at people. He's crying. I think he's lost. We should help him.
Listen to the bleeding art. We can bear up ourselves. And now she wants to give lead to the lame and the out.
I say he's blind.
Blind, lame, out. We've no need for the worry. We've enough trouble as it is.
I don't understand is where the chicken came from. We know it's Hawks. He's been going on about that bird. Now it's going to win the fight today.
Someone must have robbed it while I was supposed to be watching.
Well, this much is certain. Hawk will have our hides if we go back now. He sent Whipple to do for us to get the chicken as well. Maybe he thought we'd stole it.
I care not about Hawk or Whipple. We're stars now. We've our own gang.
Let's go talk to the boy. He needs help. Stars should help people who are in need. We'll make it our code of honor.
Well, you know, when Mouse gets her mind set, there's no stopping her. But keep an eye out for Whipple. I owe that saw a crack on the head.
Jack is dirty, his face is tear-stained, and his milky, unseeing eyes hold a look of fear and loss. He still has the sign on his neck, which is dirty, smudged, and muddy. Jack hears the three come up to him.
My name is Jack. Please help me. Yes, young Jack. We're the Stars Gang. We're going to help you. Oh, thank you, ma'am. I've lost my dog. I've lost my uncle. And I fear I've lost my way.
Well, never you mind. We'll find your uncle. There's now a man among the street folk that don't know the old war veteran on crutches. We'll find him soon enough. Look for the nearest pubs and old Crutch will be in one of them.
Tell us what he looked like again, your dog.
He's a young dog. Just a pup, really. He has one very sharp fang and a very long tail. And he's ever so good to me.
Never seen no dog that wasn't colored somehow.
I'm told he's black. I've no idea what black is. I don't know what colors are. I've never seen King. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know what I look like. Don't you understand? I haven't seen anything. I'm blind.
Easy does it. I'm sorry. It's just that you seem so, normal.
I am normal. I just can't see. I'm just a normal boy who's lost his dog. And we're going to help you find him. But first, let's find old Crutch.
Yeah, you're Jack's uncle, right?
Oh, my living Lord, out of my way. I've got to find that poor boy. His mum's giving me a line.
Crutch, I have a few questions first. Jack's quite all right. He's just over there.
Jack's here? Oh, I need a gin.
Yeah. Me and my mates found him crying on the corner and says he's lost his dog.
Oh, Lord King, I left him under a blanket.
But he's not under a blanket now. He's been stolen by a man, the name of Whipple. Not stolen exactly, returned to his rightful owner, you might say. Crutch, it's a sodding chicken, not a dog. How do you explain that?
You've got to get that dog back. The chicken. I'll explain everything.
A small crowd gathers at Ock's Inn around some chicken cages. Ock and Whipple are getting ready for the cockfight. Several people begin to crowd around. Cage, Jack, Glazer, Mouse, and Lark huddle outside.
Everybody knows what they're about, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
let us begin. Cage, you're first. Good luck. Good luck to all of us.
Don't worry. I've got my Webley at my side, and now I'm off, lads.
All right, it's just as we discussed, Jock. We can't be seen going into the inn. Ock knows us, and Whipple will be somewhere about. You've got your penny to gain your entrance. They'll not care that you're blind, only that you have the required coin. The rest of you, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, it's a dog fight. Your king will be pitted against another dog, one more highly trained in the art of fighting. So we need to get your king out of the pit area as fast as possible before he's injured. You'll be able to get him close because you're blind, so people will give way when you push through, so get to the edge of the pit. Then when the fight is called, the two men handling the dogs, will let them loose. And at that point, Cage will stand up, shout, "God save the king," and begin his diversion. So off you go, Jack.
Out the poor blind boy!
He rattles the cup and people give way. Cage has stopped by the nearby bar and is already signaling for a drink.
Just one. I need to meet the man. Got to stay sharp. Got to keep the edge. Maybe not one. 3. Yeah, 3 is just right.
Gentlemen, we have now reached the main fight of the evening. The ultimate test of avian strength and prowess. These two well-gots are ready to fight to the death. Make your wagers, men. Ready your birds. Let's hope your money's not all spent. We have a fight spectacular, to quote the plain vernacular. A battle royal is our main event. We place 2 fighters in the ring. One ends the night victorious, one has a fate inglorious. One's a knave, and one is crowned a king. Lucky gamblers, place your bets. Dream of all the winner gets. Put in penny, half a crown. Lay your smartest wager down. See the money pouring in. You have to risk it all to win. You have to risk it all to win. You'll head home holding your head tall. A fistful of shillings can be yours. Pick on the fighter that endures. If you're a loser, don't go home at all. If you watch and never bet, a little older's all you get. Take a chance and you will see your sterling grow voluminously. The birds can tell you sure as sin. You have to risk it all to win. You have to risk it all to win. Let the battle royale begin.
Where's the owl's old crutch?
Oh no, they're gonna fight!
The 2 birds circle each other. After hopping and flapping, King is wounded, a large gash in his chest.
King! King, you're hurt!
Yes, it's old Cage with his friend, Mr. Webley. Model number RIC to be exact. It's any man among you who makes a move will find himself with a new world to bleed from. Make way for the blind lad.
I'll get him, Mr. Hawk, I'll get him.
Stop those thieves!
Jack's small house is crowded with anxious figures. Some in chairs, the rest standing, hats in hand, looking down on the small settee where King, unmoving, is barely breathing. Hugh and Hope had been summoned from their duties at the big house.
Will he live, Ma?
Jack, I know little of doctoring animals other than horses. I cannot say. I fear he's lost a lot of blood. All we can do now is pray.
He put up a good fight, didn't he?
He's a game pup, there's no doubt about it.
I can barely feel his heart, Dad.
So keep your spirits up. King is one courageous pup.
Uncle, is that you?
Oh, they beat me right enough. A right argy-bargy it was. But old Cage knocked the heads of more than a few before he was brought down. Then the constabulary busted in. They closed down the party and Ock was clabbing up on charges of illegal wagering or some such legality. I winged him, but he'll live. I asked Mr. Webley in the fracas though. No more bullets anyway, so it's of little concern. But how's the pup? Will he pull through?
Cage sees that the news is very bad. He sits beside King.
Right. I've seen men in combat who've survived wounds such as this. It's nothing to do but wait it out. We know King has a game heart, a strong heart. It will see him through.
King is up. He seems to look around the room.
I was so worried about you, you silly old bird!
What did you say?
I said we were worried about the silly old bird!
Bird?
Yes, bird! Don't you see? I knew all along that King was not a dog. I may be blind, but I'm not daft. Mom, Dad, you've heard me stories about chickens. They don't look anything at all like a dog must look. To begin with, chickens only have 2 legs, and they have feathers. I'm sorry, my friends. Have I been terribly wicked to play this little joke on you? It's just that you seem so happy that Santa had brought me a dog, and if I told you the truth, it would have broken your hearts. So I played my little joke.
You haven't been joking about the blindness, have you? You are really blind, aren't you?
Hey.
Well, if he did the one, who's to know?
Yes, dear old uncle, I'm blind as a stone.
No one is angry at you, Jack, for fooling us. You were being good and kind. We were happy that you were so happy. You're the best son a family could ever have.
And King, he's good and kind as well. Mouse told me about the fight, about how he could have armed that other bird, but he didn't.
Aye, King is good and kind. Good and kind.
On a wish, on a prayer, with a hope and a dare, you were sent to me with a song and a dance. Take a risk, take a chance. You were meant for me. Winter is for wishing, winter dreams come true. Everything I hoped for, everything I knew. I believe in you, I believe in you.
It appears there's one more joke to be played upon us.
Oh, King!
Oh no, Jack, I'm afraid he's king no longer. From now on, his name is Queenie.
On a wish, on a prayer, with a hope and a dare, you were sent to me with a song and a dance. Take a risk, take a chance.
everything I knew. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe Wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.